What if I told you that a modern-day royal could be exiled, just like a king from the past? It may sound unbelievable, but let's explore this surprising twist in the story of the House of Windsor, where history and the present collide in unexpected ways. Royal drama is nothing new. It's always a mix of glamour, intrigue, and sometimes scandals. But the latest rumors about King Charles and Prince Harry have left royal fans stunned. There are whispers that Harry might be told to stay away from the UK forever, or he could face the same fate as King Edward II, the exiled monarch. Could history be repeating itself? Grab your favorite drink and let's dive into this family feud, exile-worthy scandals, and the weight of being royal, the crown, the conflict, and the big questions. For centuries, the British monarchy has been built on traditions as old as the castles they call home. But what happens when a prince born into this royal life decides to step away? Prince Harry's choice to leave his royal duties and move to the US with Meghan Markle was a bold, modern-day mic drop moment. It didn't sit well with the royal family, but why is the rift between King Charles and Prince Harry so intense now? And why are people talking about the King Edward treatment as a warning? To understand this, we need to look back at the story of Edward VIII, the king who gave up the throne for love and lived in exile. It's a story of two royals, Prince Harry and King Edward VIII. Edward VIII had it all: power, prestige, and the loyalty of his people. But when he fell in love with Wallis Simpson, an American divorcee, he faced an impossible choice. The Church of England refused to approve Edward VIII's marriage, and his family pressured him to step down. In 1936, Edward abdicated the throne, allowing his brother George VI to become king and ultimately paving the way for Queen Elizabeth II to reign. Fast forward almost a century, and the similarities between Edward VIII and Prince Harry are hard to ignore: romance versus duty. Like Edward, Harry married an American woman, Meghan Markle, who has been at the center of controversy. Both men dealt with family fallout, intense public scrutiny, and strained relationships with their royal relatives. As for self-imposed exile, Edward moved to France while Harry settled in sunny California. But here's where things get even more intriguing. Edward's exile wasn't just his choice, it was enforced by the monarchy to protect the institution. Is King Charles preparing to take a similar stand, the King Edward treatment? And what does this mean for Harry? The term King Edward treatment isn't just about exile. The King Edward treatment serves as a metaphor for a complete severing of ties with the royal family, both financially and symbolically. Edward VIII was stripped of his royal duties, titles, and even his right to return to Britain without restriction. For Prince Harry, a similar fate could unfold, though the exact nature of the consequences would likely differ due to modern circumstances. Let's break it down. First, Harry could lose his Duke of Sussex title. While the royal family has the power to revoke titles, it's not a decision that's taken lightly, as it would spark public backlash and questions about the monarchy's treatment of family members. Second, limited access to royal events would likely follow. No longer attending royal weddings, major ceremonies, or even family gatherings like Christmas dinner would create a growing emotional distance between Harry and his relatives. Third, there's financial independence. While Harry and Meghan Markle have already become self-sufficient, a formal exile could mean an official end to royal perks: no more funding from the sovereign grant, no ceremonial allowances, or access to the royal estate. Yet the logistics are just part of the story. The emotional toll of such a decision would be substantial. Severing ties with a family and a nation that shaped one's identity can have long-lasting effects. Prince Harry has been open about his struggles with mental health, and such a move would likely exacerbate those issues. The loss of familial connection, public status, and institutional support would undoubtedly be emotionally taxing. As for King Charles' position, while he is indeed Harry's father, the monarchy must prioritize the preservation of its stability and public image. Family disputes, especially those played out in the public eye, can weaken the institution's standing. The idea that King Charles could be pushed to take drastic action stems from the reality that the monarchy must balance familial ties with the demands of royal duty and public perception. His decision would not be an easy one, and any actions he takes would be shaped by both the monarchy's survival and the family dynamics at play. Why would King Charles exile his own son? It's a fair question. The answer lies in the delicate balance between familial love and royal duty, and the responsibility of protecting the monarchy. The royal family isn't just a family, it's an institution with a long history and significant duties. When one member's actions threaten the stability of that institution, the monarch must prioritize the crown over personal relationships. Harry's interviews, Netflix documentaries, and memoirs have put the royal family under intense public scrutiny, with media pressure and public opinion weighing heavily. Let's face it, the British tabloids are unrelenting. If Charles doesn't take a firm stand, he risks losing public support from a people who expect accountability from their royals. Exiling Harry might be a drastic move, but it could send a clear message that the monarchy won't tolerate dissent. And then there's the Meghan factor, the catalyst or complication. No conversation about Harry's royal drama is complete without mentioning Meghan Markle. The Duchess of Sussex has been both praised and criticized for her role in Harry's decision to step away from royal life. For some, Meghan is a symbol of progress and modernity. For others, she's seen as a disruptor of royal traditions. Could Meghan's influence be a key issue for King Charles? Some royal insiders believe her presence adds an extra layer of complexity to the already strained relationship between father and son. And if the King Edward treatment is enforced, it might not just be Harry facing the consequences, it could affect Meghan too. Now, here's the big question: would exiling Harry help or hurt the monarchy? On one hand, it could restore the image of the monarchy as a stable, united front. On the other, it might alienate younger generations who admire Harry's honesty and progressive values. The monarchy is already dealing with declining public support and questions about its place in the modern world. Adding a high-profile family feud could be a PR disaster, or it could be a calculated move to protect the institution. History often reminds us that the monarchy has a long memory. The similarities between Edward VIII and Prince Harry are hard to ignore, but the modern world adds a new layer of complexity with social media and round-the-clock news coverage. Can King Charles afford to be seen as the father who pushed his son away? The unfolding story of King Charles and Prince Harry goes beyond a simple family disagreement. It reflects a deeper conflict between values, traditions, and the shifting expectations of the monarchy. Will Harry face exile like Edward VIII, or could this chapter end with an unexpected reconciliation? Now it's your turn to weigh in. Should exile be the answer for Harry, or is it time for King Charles to seek a path toward healing their bond? Share your thoughts and join the conversation, because this is one royal drama. You don't want to miss the ripple effect of royal drama. Royal scandals rarely stay confined within the palace walls. They ripple outward, influencing public opinion, international relations, and even the very fabric of the monarchy. If Prince Harry were to face a formal exile, the impact would stretch far beyond the UK. Let's explore what this could mean on a global scale. A shift in royal dynamics. If Harry were to be officially distanced from the monarchy, it would mark a significant shift in the way the royal family operates. Here's what could change a more conservative monarchy. By sidelining Harry, the monarchy could signal a return to traditional values, emphasizing duty over individuality, strained Commonwealth relations. Harry and Meghan have strong connections to the Commonwealth, particularly in regions like Africa. Cutting ties with them could alienate younger, more progressive populations, a potential for polarization. Harry's fans in the US could see this as the monarchy silencing a voice for progress, widening the gap between those holding onto tradition and those seeking change. If exile becomes his reality, Harry will face a defining moment. Will he fully embrace his independent life in the US, focusing on his personal ventures, or will he feel increasingly disconnected from his royal roots? Harry and Meghan have already built a reputation around philanthropy and storytelling, from their ArcUL initiatives to Netflix projects. Exile could drive them to grow these efforts even more. Living far from his family might deepen the divides, especially with his brother, Prince William, making reconciliation even harder. Free from royal protocols, Harry could use his voice to champion causes close to his heart, like mental health awareness and protecting the environment. Exile isn't just about physical separation, it's an emotional journey as well. Could Harry navigate the heartbreak of being pushed away while holding on to his love for his family? The British monarchy, known for its traditions and rigidity, has shown surprising moments of forgiveness. Consider Prince Andrew, who, despite significant controversies, remains part of the royal circle. Could Harry also find a way back, even if his situation mirrors the challenges faced by King Edward? Her personal life was often tumultuous, yet she continued to be a cherished member of the monarchy. Once mocked for his divorce and personal relationships, Charles eventually rose to the throne with considerable public support. These examples show that exile doesn't have to be permanent. The monarchy has demonstrated a capacity for reconciliation when both sides are willing. If Harry and the royal family can face the emotional challenges together, their bonds might endure despite the distance. At its heart, this is not just a tale of crowns and castles, it's a story of a father and son navigating a deeply strained relationship. Family dynamics are always complex, but when intertwined with the weight of monarchy, they can become almost impossible to manage. For King Charles, the challenge is profound. He must juggle his responsibilities as a father with the demands of the crown. Could exiling Harry safeguard the monarchy while irreparably damaging their personal bond? For Harry, being sidelined could amplify feelings of abandonment he's already expressed. The pain of separation might leave a lasting mark as both father and son tread uncharted waters. Their next moves could shape not just their bond, but the future of the royal family itself. The British public's perception of Harry has changed dramatically over the years. Once beloved as the charismatic people's prince and celebrated for his military service, he's now at the center of a polarizing debate. Many see Harry as a beacon of progress, someone bold enough to question outdated traditions. Public sentiment could significantly influence this saga. If support for Harry grows, King Charles might face pressure to reconsider any plans for exile. Despite the challenges, there's always a possibility of mending their bond. Reconciliation could bring healing not only to their relationship, but also to a monarchy searching for unity in a divided kingdom. While the situation feels dire, there's always hope for healing. The royal family has faced and survived countless challenges before. Could this conflict eventually lead to a stronger, more unified bond? A discreet meeting away from the public eye could allow both sides to express their feelings and work through their differences without external pressures. Collaborating on a cause they both care about, like mental health advocacy, could create a pathway to rebuild trust and strengthen their relationship. A public acknowledgement of their shared history and values could send a powerful message that, despite their differences, family ties hold greater importance. Reconciliation may not come easily, but with effort and mutual understanding, it could lead to a deeper connection and a more resilient family dynamic.